Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Real Life Stock Review. Today is August 12th. My name is Brad Reed, and I am a real life trader, and I am here reminding you to be good. And by good, I mean get out of debt, achieve your financial dreams, and give generously to your community. It is about 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so today's candle has not yet finished. But in the morning floor, we did some day trading today. Oh man, jumped in a little bit too early on one trade. And because of how the market looked earlier, I didn't want to do two trades today. So lost less than an hour on one. We're still profitable for the month, but I saw another trade that I totally wanted in. I was disciplined. I stayed out. That other trade went screaming to 2 hours. So hopefully some traders got it. As you folks know, if you've been following the stock reviews, I've seen a head and shoulders which did not go bearish over here, and I am sort of expecting, except without the sort of, to have this shape. Can I do that? Over here. Now, this one is shaping up a little bit different, but if we look at maybe the time of this one, can see that it's going to, come back in mid to early September. And my original thought was mid to late September. But again, we'll be very interested to see what it does when it interacts over here. Today we're getting a bearish candle, and to be honest, I'm a little surprised. I thought this would run up some more. We may just have Chop City, meaning unexpected ups and downs for a while until we get up into the 220 range, and then maybe we come down then and do that right shoulder. Maybe I'm just completely wrong and it doesn't do any of that, but I am sort of expecting this to reoccur right here, and it has already done part of it. Now, that being said, trading stocks successfully is not about predicting, it's about reacting. It's about saying, hey, what am I going to do if the stock moves below there? And I think that is a double top on low volume. That's an exhaustion gap. And if it gaps down, then this would be end island and reversal. What are you going to do? Are you going to go in bearish? Are you going to buy puts? Are you going to sell shares? Are you going to do sell covered calls? Are you going to do something like a non-directional bear call spread up here? And then if it does come down and bounce, which a lot of people think it will do, you can leg into a iron condor. It's about reacting, saying if the market does this, then I will do that. It's not about predicting. So speaking of, a while back, we got into an Apple trade. That's not Apple. This is Apple. And we said, hey, if the stock wants to gap above the 200 SMA and trade back down, I'll do a buy limit, and the protective stop was here and the target was there. And what happened? The stock did that. It pulled back. So a lot of traders got in on a buy limit, and now it's running up. So again, not predicting what Apple would do, but reacting to what it did. Currently, it looks like this candle has a great chance to close as a bullish bodied candle, which means it may be ready to roll on up a little bit. It's still a little bit early without that moving average in there. If we get some upward movement on Monday, then I imagine we'll be moving the protective stop at least up somewhere close to this bullish retest gap. We do have that 10 moving average, which should act as some support. But at this time Friday, I'm going to leave the protective stop down there. Now, another stock that we placed a trade on was Fit, and the plan on Fitbit was a buy limit if it came down and retested the 100 simple moving average or that 10 moving average a little bit more. At this point, that 10 exponential moving average is higher than our entry. But we do have all of these moving averages in here, especially that 100 simple, especially support at the bottom of this candle. And I love being able to get 2R right into the bottom of this gap over here and getting 2R before the top of this peak over here and before that daily 200 simple moving average. So at this point, I am not going to change the trade. However, If on Monday we get a candle that is below the high of August 11th, and the low of the Monday candle is higher than any of the lows that we've seen in the last 3 days, then I will consider, granted it depends on what that candle looks like, then I'll consider changing this so that I'll do, instead of a buy limit, I'll do a buy stop market there and have a protective stop there. Maybe this entry will be on a close at the end of the day. That's probably a little bit more likely to what I'll do. But I can change the trade, right? And then say, hey, if the stock does this, then I will do that. At this point, my plan is if the stock dips below 1481 before the end of day on Monday, I will buy some shares. I'll have a protective stop down here at 1389. I will exit half my shares at 2R and the other half up here currently at 1798. That plan again is until the end of day Monday. So if I don't get triggered in, I will likely change my plan somewhat on Fitbit. Groovy. That was Fitbit. Squarespace is next on my list. And kind of similar to Fitbit, we entered in on a trade, or we've submitted an order for a trade. We did not yet get filled. I was a little bit late on this. A trader said, hey, I'm thinking about going long on Squarespace. And then I thought, based on this, the way this looked on the intraday, that it would pull back into 1151, and it still might. So I like 1151 as an entry. 1084 is a protective stop, and granted, this is the 100 simple moving average through here. The top of this gap should have been resistance. Now it should act as support. We would get 2R before the gap fills. And let's see, there's a reason why I was going to take all at 2R and not go for more. So this is a fairly new stock, not much history. I'd rather just take my profits at 2R. But if you want to take this on up into 4R or into those highs, you're more than welcome to. Strong support down here, making higher lows. Big bearish volume on that candle right there. Likely get taken out. If it does, it should move. Speaking of bearish candles getting taken out, we looked at INVN today, and I'm not going to do an official trade on this, but on earnings, which was July 29th, the stock gapped up and a lot of people sold it, right? So big bearish candle with big bearish volume, and that continued for a couple of days on that big volume. Well, today the stock opened above the 100. There was a bit of a bullish buying spike, and it pushed it up. But if you look at the intraday chart, when it clears that level, there was another round of buying volume even higher than the first one. So basically what that says to me is that people that sold it here, they went short, they had a protective stop right about there. And when that protective stop got triggered, there's a whole bunch of people buying to close out their bearish positions, and that's what pushed it on bullish. So I look for a lot of those types of situations where some traders may be closing out their trades, and it might help push it in one direction or another. Delta Airlines is one that looks really, really great on the daily. I was about to make an official trade with 2R down well below this. I'm not supposed to call that a trough. What is that? It's not a valley. This low, there we go. This low point here. And if you look at this on a long term, there's a really, really strong support here that I think this may be headed to due to these consistently lower lows and these consistently higher highs. I love the idea of taking Delta Airlines bearish here off of this very small, but still there, head and shoulders from those moving averages. Again, bearish volume is winning all in through here, but if you look at the weekly, that 200 moving averages coming in. So if this can go sideways long enough for that 200 to come in, and we can take this with a break below it, gosh, that's got to be mid-September. I don't think it goes sideways that long. Delta Airlines usually goes up or it goes down, but it doesn't usually cruise at a constant altitude for very long. Okay, those puns are really bad, and this was recorded. Awful. Okay, shame on me. At any rate, Delta Airlines looks great except for that. So if this weekly 200 is not a factor for your trading plan, there may be a bearish opportunity. If it is a factor for your trading plan, then you can always choose to wait, which is what the airlines like to make us do the most of. Oops, again with the inappropriate comments, Brad. All right, GameStop, very, very volatile. Did move above that 200 simple moving average. Love this resistance here. If we can go sideways, something like that, very similar to Fitbit, or Squarespace also, then I can take it bullish. So I will be watching GameStop closely. Let's see, two other stocks I was looking at. GoPro had a little bit of a more bearish day than I had wanted. I can scoot this down one time, but this thing needs to go sideways and or bounce pretty soon if I'm going to still be watching GoPro. Kind of not doing what I wanted it to do. And again, Telestock said, hey, if you do this, then I will do that. And then if the stock doesn't do it, then you scrap your order. You just go on to the next one. And by going on to the next one, we can take a look at BGS. Again, love the bearish gap right into this area. I was ready to place a trade on this to take it bearish, but I cannot get 2-to-1 by that 50 exponential moving average. So if you do like really not quite day trades or somewhere between a day trader and a swing trader, and you want to put your entry there, this is the hourly chart, by the way, and your protective stop there, then you do 2-to-1 right about that 50 exponential moving average on the daily, which I do believe will be a support. So if you want to try BGS based on the hourly picture, that could be an opportunity for you if you are experienced in doing those. Once again, this 50 moving average is at 46.98 right now, but it is screaming upwards super fast. Let's see. The last one on my list is ticker HRB. We're having a little fun with this one today. Going sideways. I love the strength of this pivot. I love the bullish volume that has been coming in on it. If I can get an ascending triangle, then I will do an entry with a protective stop wherever the bottom of that triangle is. I'll try and I'll look for one of these resistances there, or there for my 2R, but definitely want to be out before it gets into the 200 daily simple moving average. Folks, thanks for watching these stock reviews. Mr. Newsom, Sir Isaacson, the list of stock trading will be back from vacation, and we'll be talking at you guys on Monday. So once again, thanks for sharing this glorious week with me. I have really enjoyed my time with you. I hope you have too. So until the next time I get the blessing of recording a video for you, trade on logic, not on hope. Have a good one.